We're looking at a 1967 Ford Mustang Fastback. Falls under the category of resto mod. It's been restored, modified. I'm an owner builder. I do everything but paint and body. And the guy did my paint and body. Did a wonderful job, but I do everything else myself. I bought it, it was a rolling chassis when I bought it. Put it together in 95, 96, drove it for a while, and in 2010, my son and I took it under a total restoration, and it took us 5 years to build it. Well, I decided that I didn't like the way the front suspension was done on Mustangs, and Mustang 2s have a different type of suspension. So I went to an aftermarket shop and bought a Mustang 2 front end for it, and then cut this one out. Moved the coil springs out underneath the fenders, but now I have rack and pinion steering, and the car just drives like it's on a rail now. It's a great upgrade for the car. The block is actually original to the car. It's a 289 block. I pulled it, had it bored and stroked, and became a 347 stroker motor, balanced and clearance. The car dynos at 405 horsepower at the wheels. It makes about 450 at the crank. The rear end ratio in this car is a 430, which is an extremely high number for a car. So the car is set to be a drag car, a quarter-mile race car. And a quarter mile, the best time I ever got a car was 1191, 122, so it's a sub-12 car. I'm 75 years old. I don't care about points on my license. You know, if you come up beside me and you want to see what my car will do, I'm just the guy who will show you. It's a TKO 600, it's a 5-speed. I pulled the whole interior out of it. These are custom-made seats in the front by a company called Sparco. You send them your waist measurements, your height, your hips, and all that kind of stuff, and they custom make the seats for you. This is a hoot. I mean, every time I get in this car, I just love it. I love the shift in the car. I love to drive the car. I love the acceleration of the car. It's not what I would call a garage queen. You know, I get it out and drive it when I can. I mean, you know, it's an accumulation of all the work you've done, all my knowledge, and yet it's still just a hoot to drive. Just a hoot to drive. And I go out there and I punish this car, and it just wants more. I've been offered big money for this car, and I told him, I said, there's 5 years of memories. I could never tell my son I sold this car. This is in my will. He gets it in the will. It's his car. When you do a project like this, you know, and you step back and look at it, you go, I did a good job.